I can't believe it's come to this. 19 years. I've been putting up with being single and lonely for 19 years. Or my whole life if you factor in time before puberty. I've tried. Time and time again, I've tried to make friends with girls and meet one that enjoys my company who I can just hang out and have a fun time with. I'll admit that I'm not very good with putting myself out there. But I've been trying my best for the past few years. And what do I haul in at the end of the day after putting forth effort for nearly 2 decades? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. The rest of the world keeps moving forward, and I haven't even found a girl that wants to hang out with me. I've given the women I've been able to interact with chances. Plenty of chances. An overflowing cornucopia of chances. I should have had some form of success 10 years ago, at the very least. But here I am, still looking for a girl that just wants to hang out with me. I even have VIP tickets for a concert and had nearly a year to find a girl that would like to come with me. And it looks like I'm going to have to settle for one of my male friends again, with the deadline being less than a month away and not having found a girl that wants to join me. My patience has been running thin for quite some time, and it's finally nearing its end. The time has come to put my foot down. I'm now looking into finding an overseas bride on some cultural exchange sites on the web. In a little over a year or so, I'll have found a gorgeous foreign fiancé that will be the envy of every woman that wouldn't give me the time of day. But I'm not doing this for a petty reason like revenge. I'm doing this for myself, a person who has tried their hardest and could never find any success due to their shortcomings. I don't care how much it costs me. I'm ready to bust out every coin in my savings if it means finally having a girl who enjoys being around me. Now, some of you might be objective to this development. You may have an unhelpful suggestion in a pitiful effort to dissuade me from following through with this. Let me go ahead and quell your futile arguments now. Why haven't I asked for help? I have, as a matter of fact, from multiple people, and any help I received has not helped me in the slightest. I get books and links to paid online dating sites, things I could have done on my own. Cam even had some of his girlfriends to come in and hang out with us, but none of them would hold a meaningful conversation with me, if even being there to meet me at all. And that's as far as anyone has ever helped me, which isn't much at all, but I thank them for trying anyway. Why not go for a childhood friend? That would require me to have some to begin with. My family moved to the other side of the state while I was still young and had the ability to talk to girls without any shortcomings interfering. They inadvertently killed the security of marrying the girl next door option for me and threw me into the lion's den in a new town just when my social limitations started to become an issue. How about someone from school? Bold of you to assume I had any lasting friendships with girls from school. Social media wasn't a thing in elementary school, and I don't have any remaining female friends from high school. And I had such a confusing and traumatizing struggle during that time, I guarantee no one would want to reconnect with me. By college, the damage of high school life had already been done, and my aversion to social situations was at its strongest. Thus, there's another option knocked out of the park. Someone from work? Not gonna happen. All the girls at work there are too young for me, and they probably are already spoken for anyway. I know at least one of them is, and she's probably the only one there that is anywhere close to being old enough. There was one who was very nice and I was able to be open with, but she had to leave shortly after becoming friendly, and we never got to exchange contact. Go figure. Why not go to a bar or something? I don't drink. I don't want to drink. And anyone who's going to be there is not going to have any similar interests unless they happen to get dragged there against their will, which is something that only happens in dating sim games. Well, dating online should work then, right? You would think that! The problem is, I haven't met a single woman online who is serious about finding a friend to hang out with. I've tried multiple sites with no success, and it only shatters my confidence further. I could try more with some payments, but why would I try that if the most popular ones were unsuccessful anyway? I even essentially made a how-to video for them so they'll know exactly how to make friends and communicate with me. And what happens? No one cares enough to give it a chance. The story of my life. Have you tried seeking a life or dating coach? I have a therapist, and I realized anyone like the aforementioned coaches would be useless, because that would require me to be able to meet a woman in the first place. Well, it sounds like most of the problem is with yourself. You should try changing that. Believe me, that is something that I tell myself on a daily, if not hourly basis. I'd like nothing more than to be able to go out, talk with strangers, have a fun time, and exchange contact information. But with my disability, introverted nature, and high school trauma all at work, this is completely impossible for me to do. It's like every time I'm put in a social situation that doesn't involve some outside purpose, like picking up food, answering a question, taking a customer's order, etc., my brain has no cognitive data or functions for the situation and just draws a blank, with the only thing for me to really do is end the conversation as quickly as possible. In other words, I don't know how to talk to most people, especially women. I want to change this. I really wish I could. But the end result is always the same if they don't lead a conversation. So, there you have it. My reasoning behind why I've given up on trying to become acquainted with women in this godforsaken country, and I'm just going to find someone overseas who will fill the void in my life. You can try to dissuade me if you want, but after learning of my reasoning, can you really get me to keep trying? Go on, make a suggestion. I've been trying the same garbage over and over for nearly 20 years. So surely your idea must be the one in a million I've been missing this whole time, yes? Go ahead! Tell me why I should keep trying to play this unwinnable game! And on that note, thank you for listening to my rant on my plans for and dreams on what exactly is going to be happening in the next few years for me. Anyway, hello everybody, Sean Ether here. Welcome back to another rendition of the Infernal Rage podcast. I hope you enjoyed that 8-minute rant I had typed out earlier today. I have basically lost all hope for women in this country at this point. The only way I can actually see myself getting to a meaningful relationship is to buy it at this point. Which it seems to be my only option. So yeah, don't get me wrong, if something happens in between now and then, that'd be great. However, I have still yet to make a single girl friend who would be willing to hang out with me. Believe me, I really want that to be a thing. I really wish I could have met someone years ago who enjoys hanging out with me and just messing around doing the same things I do. There are people out there like that. I know there are. Can I meet them? I have tried. I have tried every possible way to look for them. And it just does not work. Let me tell you, every time I get on this tangent or my brain starts thinking like this, I just think about how much I despise what the world has become. God. And, well, segueing into a brighter topic with this, another reason why it got me on that is just because I see how much further everybody else is advancing down the life train, and I'm still stuck back at square one. The brighter note I was getting into on why this is a thing is, well, I'm an uncle now. Yep. My sister just had their first child. His name's Henry. I shouldn't be getting into any more information than that, but yeah. He was born earlier at 2 a.m. today. And don't get me wrong, I am happy for them. I am very happy. I am super happy that I have a nephew that I am inevitably going to spoil and become the favorite member of the family should I ever get the chance to watch over them with. But, yeah, I'm just very happy, and I'm glad they're moving forward in life some more. While it's a happy time for my family, and I'm happy as well for them, believe me, I'm trying my best to be happy. It's very difficult for me to obtain that happiness in this day and age. Yeah. I mean, I've got my own problems to deal with. And don't get me wrong, I feel like it's a silly thing to be concerned about at this point, but it bothers me more than anything else in the world. Just the feeling of insecurity of like, nobody is ever going to want to hang out with me. I'm just going to go through my entire life without having a partner, and I'm just going to die cold and alone and lonely. That is not what I want. I am been trying every day, at least in some very small way, to make an effort to circumvent that. Hell, even Chaos Command, which is out at this point, by the way, if you want to come and join, I'll post a fresh link if in the description if you're interested. Even Chaos Command. Part of that was a ploy to hopefully open more pathways to my future. And don't get me wrong, I still have hope for it. It's just that it's not working fast enough. I've already waited too long. Chaos Command is something that should have happened like 5 or 6 years ago. And again, when did I start doing Let's Playing again? Either way, I should have had a community built up, or at least been a part of a community like 5 or 6 years ago. All my youth was freaking wasted in college. My parents always told me, college is going to be great. It's going to be so much better than high school. Look at what it's gotten me. Absolutely nothing. I spent 4 years 4 years up there just trying to get something in life. And what do I get? A useless degree that I can't do for anything. Then I thought, okay, well, maybe I just need to get a degree in one of my passions. So I go to grad school for writing. I spend another year online this time. So to be fair, it's not as big as a waste of my time. And I get that big old shiny degree. And what does it net me in my job professions and or future and or anything? Nothing. So, yeah, the only way to succeed in this world is to be born into wealth. That or you have to give up everything and become a bottom-of-the-barrel slave who toils for the upper class. And I'm not willing to give that up. I have dreams and aspirations too. If I had no aspirations in life and wanted to live for the sole purpose of other people, then yeah, I'd probably be doing that at this point. But I have my pride. I have my own desires. And I want to see those fulfilled. I want to be able to write, to do stuff. And there goes my phone clattering against the window. Yeah, in case it wasn't obvious, I had to write that entire rant out beforehand. You know, me being the great wordsmith I am and all. Because I'm so great at improvising speeches, yeah. Anyway, moving on ahead. Yeah, I've got my dreams and aspirations, and I still want to see those fulfilled. It's just very difficult for me to do that in my lifetime. Now, as far as things have been going lately, more depression spells are here. inner demons here to mess with my mind, mess me up inside. I would say that that's probably the entire reason why I'm pining for a relationship, but I haven't been in a relationship yet, and I don't even know that if a relationship would fix it. But I mean, that's the whole thing. You never know until you go, and if you can't go, you'll never know. That that really sounds like something that you should put on the front of a bathroom or something. A little sign. Ugh, God, I have such a weird sense of humor. Ugh. But that's the thing. I know that there are people out there who will like me. It's just because I like me. Well, most of the time anyway. I like the kind of humor I have. I like my personality. I like my content. Lord knows I like my content. But I have yet to find a girl out there who will do the same. And in case you're wondering why does it have to be a girl, let me spell it out for you as clear as day. Because the world doesn't seem to know this. I am not attracted to the human male. The human male is disgusting. I am one of those. And I am disgusted at my bodily features. Okay, maybe I wouldn't go that far, but yeah. I am not attracted to men. I feel like this is like the exact opposite of how it was years ago when all the gays were being told, you need to be attracted to women. Now it feels like, I know it's silly, but it feels like I'm the one being oppressed now. Like, you need to be attracted to men. There's no more room in this world for guys who like women. Well, that's the thing. This world fucking sucks, and I hate it. I have yet to have a reason to like this world aside from the few people I've met in it. Granted, I have a reason to like basically everyone I met. If I ever met somebody, I try to like them as best I can as a person. The only time that, I mean, if they're trying to be unfriendly or something, that's the only time I don't really like them. Or if they, don't tip me. But, I feel like we're just going back to episode 3 of the podcast here, but I was a lot more depressed at the time, and also I had no idea what I was thinking throughout most of that. I haven't gone back and listened to that because, oh boy, I don't think I'm... All I remember was being depressed as shit during that, and basically talking about how I'm running out of hope for everything. Ugh. Yeah. But yeah, if I relay some of those talking points now, then don't think badly of me because, yeah, that's a thing that happens. Some of this depression could have been brought along by being a post-Chaos Guild visit. Yeah, we dragged the boys up here, and we got to do some stuff. Granted, not as much stuff as I would like to do, but, I mean, it takes forever for us to ever get to do anything. I'm not going to point fingers at anyone in particular about why it takes us forever to get to do things, but first and foremost, the biggest problem with us being able to meet up is the distance that we are from each other. Like, Cav's moved to a different location, Michael's in the same location as when we started, and then I'm up here super far away from everybody. Yeah, so it's a lot more difficult for us to meet up. Granted, if we could meet up a lot more often, I'm pretty sure that would fight against my depression better, but it still wouldn't be the same as, having a supportive woman there who who enjoys my content and me, and just enjoys hanging out with me. That's all I really want, is just a cute girl who enjoys hanging out in my presence. Who, is compatible and might be willing to date me. I'm a man. I can't help but be attracted to women. So, forgive me if I only try to seek out single women. Believe me, I've I've been open to being friends with women who are already in relationships, but again, none of them seem to be interested in me at all. I don't know why. Probably because myself, I can't change myself. I just always come off as the kind of person who feels like they don't want to be talked to. That is the opposite. I desire to be talked to. I am desperate for somebody to just be that extroverted person who knows when I'm stressed out and just needs a moment to cuddle or just huggle. Huggle? I need a huggle or just a moment to just you see, this is the point where my partner would just put those feelings across for me and make them plain as day for everybody to understand. But unfortunately, I don't have that. I feel like, you know how like the ancient Greeks said that how humans were originally born with like 8 limbs, but then they got I don't know who it was, but some ancient culture said that the original first humans were born with 2 heads and 8 limbs and stuff, but they got separated along the way. So that's what every person does in their life is try to find their missing half. I feel like my missing half just sort of missed being born into the right universe. That's what it feels like a lot. And when I think about that, it really just upsets me. Thinking about how there's nobody out there who can ever want to hang out with me or whatnot. God, it's just, again, a lot of this could just be my own inner demons, but let me tell you, if I were to know for certain, then, ugh. Alright. We're only at 22 minutes. God. Okay, well, yeah, we already hit on all the big points. I guess I could talk more about, what we did, during the, Chaos Guild visit. So, yeah, we recorded a bit, not much. Again, it takes us... I seem to be the only one in the group who actually enjoys making content for, like, people to watch and stuff. I don't know why we even found it in the first place if nobody else enjoys making content. I mean, apparently they think the Chaos Guild was formed just for the four of us, just for a small circle of friends of mine to just hang out. And don't get me, that's a part of it, but also the reason why we were called that is because we needed a channel name. The whole purpose of us forming that in the first place was for the purpose of content creation. And it seems to have misinterpreted as, okay, well, it doesn't matter. The Chaos Guild is just a group of friends who hang out and do stuff, and they don't need to document any of that. And don't get me wrong, I like that too, but I feel like I'm just talking in circles here again. Oh, when did things go wrong? Probably when I was born into this world, no doubt. God, stupid friggin' society. I'd also just like to meet somebody who can reignite my hope for this world. Believe me, I want to like this world again. I really do. But it's given me no reason to go and be hopeful again. Yeah. Again, this is depression talking. This is depression talking. We're, I want to say, midway in between episode 3 and episode 4 in terms of depression. So, yeah. I'm slipping into episode 3, Sean, but I don't want to be there. I want to be episode 4 or episode 1, Sean. But actually, this kind of feels like episode 2, to be honest. Whatever, none of that matters. Nobody cares. Nobody cares except me. The only person who enjoys my content. Alright. Well, thank you so much, Future Sean, for listening to this. I can guarantee you're probably going to be the only one who does, but, why do other people's opinions matter to me so much anyway? That's something I want to know. Like, normally I don't really care for other people, but I love sharing my content and stuff with people. It's one of the things that makes me happier than anything else in the world. So, why does it... I I don't know why it is. It's just something that really makes me happy. And when people don't want to produce, be a part of, or even view that content, I don't know. It just makes me feel like they don't care about me. Because my content creation is how I express myself. Hell, I have to have some way of expressing myself. I do it pretty damn poorly when it comes to just talking regularly, as was evidenced by my rant earlier, and just my disability, being on the spectrum, my introverted nature, and just the friggin' high school trauma, man. I don't know why. I was open and a lot more forward in high school. And then after all the rejection and humiliation, I guess my body just reflexively made it more of a defensive measure to just not talk to anyone at all. I almost wish I could go back to carefree high school Sean, where he couldn't care less about what people think and just did anything and everything to get people to like him. Because I feel like people are a lot more mature nowadays, so they could probably see me for who I really was, and whatever. I don't even know who I really am, to be fair. I don't think anyone does. Ugh, that's a pretty disconcerting thought right there. But, I mean, I try to know who I am. I really do. And I do like me, believe it or not. There are some things I wish I could change about me because, well, let's be honest, nobody is perfect. If anybody thinks that they're a perfect person, then that means they're conceited and are probably the shittiest person of all. But yeah. Ugh. So what else did we do on that Chaos Guild visit? Yeah, I kind of went off on a big tangent right there. Let's see. Well, I found Mousetrap in Walmart after we were discussing how it wouldn't be in Walmart. The board game, I mean. Then I set it up. Then nobody played it. Yeah. But I mean, hey, we did have a one-shot D&D session, which was pretty cool. I'd like to be able to share that with people, but I need to get everybody's consensus on whether we can share that first. So, yeah. Well, aside from that, yeah, here we are again. Just trying to come up with a topic for talking. God. Um, we did record. I did record a Smash session. The Smash session that I did when I launched Chaos Command. I held a little Smash room to celebrate the start of everything. And wouldn't you know it, I think the only person from the Discord group who showed up for certain was Hierophant. I don't know if anybody else was there, but they haven't made themselves known to me in that case. Oh God, I'm yawning a lot. That's another thing that's been going on recently is because I've been just going through so many depression spells as of late. It's just been causing me to sleep more and not want to go out. Well, granted, I never want to go out in the first place because, well, there's nothing for me to do out there, no one for me to meet. So, yeah, I'd hardly, if ever, go out. But I mean, I also never even leave my room. It's gotten to that point, too, where I just stay in my room most of the day. The only thing I really leave to do is eat. And D&D tonight, I guess. But yeah, that's a thing, I guess, is just I stay holed up in my room. I mean, there's not really much of a reason for me to go out, which I would really like if there was. I do enjoy being around other people, it's just that too much of it can overwhelm me. But when I'm withdrawn like this and I have nobody to go and see, nobody to talk to, it's just the worst. And you think, well, why don't you go chat with your brother-in-law or something? Sure, I could, but I mean, that's not what I want, though. I want to be able to talk to, again, going back to earlier, I'm a man. I can't help but be attracted to women. Unfortunately, women don't seem to get that message. All they ever do online is make small talk with me and then unmatch me after a while. Why? I don't know. Women are confusing. Ugh. Well, hopefully I can find more ways to get creative and productive. But yeah, recently I have been, since I've been just staying in my room so much, I've been sleeping a lot. Been trying to do my best to find ways to lucid dream, because hell, if I could start lucid dreaming, then then I could have everything I actually want. I would maybe actually start being happy for once. Or at least I could dream about being happy. Yeah. In case it hasn't occurred by now, I'm not very satisfied with my life situation. That's why, I'm giving up on women here and I'm going for an overseas bride. Because I just am at that point where if I don't get somebody in my life soon, I'm probably going to, I don't know what's going to happen. I feel like my depression is just going to manifest itself and kill me. That's what it feels like is going to happen. It feels like if I don't get somebody in my life soon, my depression is going to get to that point where I just can't even live granted, I hardly live a healthy life now, but it's going to get to that point where I just even don't want to be alive anymore. Believe me, I've gotten to that point several times. I've even contemplated, you know, the big thing that you should never, never, never do. And, well, to be fair, it still pops in my head from time to time. I have no desire or want to follow through with it now because I want to see what life could get me. But if I were to know right now that I was going to be single and lonely for my entire life, then I would follow through with doing the big no thing without hesitation. But that's the thing about life. It's a stupid box of chocolates and you never know what you're going to get. Except every chocolate I've gotten so far is from the freaking Great Mighty Pooh. Which, to be fair, I guess is karma for putting my friends through that so much. What am I talking about? They love it. They love it, but they also hate it. Whatever. My friends have a very love-hate relationship with the Great Mighty Pooh. All because of me. And it all started with this one friggin' YouTube poop. Yeah, Granny Jafar loves animal cruelty. Or, Jafar loves animal cruelty. Got that mixed up with another one. It's, I don't know, maybe I'll link it in the description or something. But there was this one part in that YouTube poop where they have CDI Gannon mouthing and singing along to the Great Mighty Pooh song. And I'm like, I like this song. I don't know why, but I really like it. And then I just learned about everything from that point forward. I worked the Great Mighty Pooh into the the Sean series. And yeah, it just spiraled out of control from that point forward. But yes. Okay. You know what? No. I need to know. Real talk now. People in the comments, people watching this. If anybody else aside from Future Sean is listening to this, I have a question. Am I unlovable? Am I someone only a mother could love? Because I have yet to meet anybody, any girl really, who actively seeks and wants to hang out with me. It makes it feel like I'm just completely undesirable. Is it because I'm ugly or because I just don't have an unapproachable personality? I asked Cam and he says that the reason my most unattractive trait is that I always look upset or something. I'll admit I do have resting bitch face. But I'm also some of it's probably real bitch face because of how I'm constantly depressed as well. But yeah, I don't feel like I'm unlovable. I feel like there are some people out there, someone like me out there, who would be a perfect match for. Yet for some reason whatsoever, I cannot meet this person. Ugh. God. What? Life friggin' sucks, man. What can I say? And all the while, I just am struggling along here, and everybody is going to be happy for the new little nephew, the new little baby in the family, which, yes, I realize we should be happy for it. Again, I am happy for it to the best of my ability, but... I mean, it feels like my life has been in a standstill ever since I graduated high school. If you feel like having a job would change that, but no. It's not a job that you want to be stuck with forever. So it really feels like you're just biding time, waiting for something to actually happen. And I've tried getting things to actually happen. I really have. However, that didn't work, so that's why I established Chaos Command, to hopefully get a whole bunch of content creators together and then get our names out there for people to find. And believe me, I still have hopes for that. I still want it to take off. And yet, to be fair, it's only been 11 days. I can't get my hopes up too much. Just need to keep posting links to it and keep finding places to post my content. Because posting content can help people find me for both relationship and work purposes. That's why I've been trying so hard to do that recently. I wouldn't say I don't have the time for it, but God, I don't feel like I ever have the energy for it because my depression has just been beating me down so relentlessly. Believe me, it would help so much to have someone there, even if it was fake. Even if it was fake to a point where they didn't actually care about me. If they at least acted like they did, then I might be able to put the strength forward to keep going. Yeah, part of the reason why I do these in the first place is just venting like this in the podcast just helps get some of that depression off my mind. At least it's supposed to. And then, of course, well, it's also content. So if I put that out there and let people know the real me, I don't know. I don't even think I know the real me. Yeah, that's just how it goes sometimes. Alright, well, how much time are we at now? Okay, we've only got about 19 minutes left. I can work with that. So, yeah. I'm also 28 now. Happy birthday to me. Woohoo. Future Sean, if you still got the Kogamas the Cake engine, go ahead and use that. There he goes. Or doesn't, I don't know. Ugh. Part of the reason why I think I'm just unlovable is because I feel like I annoy everybody. Don't get me wrong. I know I do annoy some people, but that's only that's also my sense of humor. I like annoying things, which is bad because I don't think there's anybody else in the world who enjoys annoying things. And oh, again, it feels like my missing half was born in the wrong universe. And then it just creates a vicious cycle of depression. You can't create good content because you're depressed. You're depressed because you've just been not been having energy to do things. And you can't have the energy to do things because you've been working to provide for yourself and just doing your best to get past your depression. This whole depressive cycle is just, if I could get rid of my depression, I'm pretty sure my life would perk up immediately. But that's the thing. You don't control depression. You think you do, but you don't. It's this little demon in the back of your brain messing with the happiness switch. Sometimes you feel happy, but most of the time you don't. Ugh. Damn it. Why is it always the demons in my head that fuck with me and not the succubi who should be coming to visit me? I'd gladly give myself to a succubus and be happier. If I could go out happily, then I wouldn't care. Ugh. God. When I want to say I want to be fucked by demons, it's like that, and not having demons depress me all the time. God. Okay. Mm. And you feel like something like this would be therapeutic for me. I thought it would, but now I'm feeling just as depressed as earlier, if not a little more. I just I'm just at that point where if I don't find someone soon, I'm not going to want to be alive. I mean, ugh. You just real. one of my therapists told me about it before. You got to have that inner coach who's always telling you inner positive things, but I've been trying to do that and trying to talk myself up. I do for a second and then it just goes back to being depressed. That's why you gotta I need to have somebody else who can help me with that. I feel like I can be an independent person, but when it comes to being able to bolster my own confidence and just get by it in life, I feel like if I don't have somebody to do that, to just help me be the person who just is there to comfort me, whatever. And before people go like, "Oh, it sounds like somebody has a mommy kink." No, I don't. Mommy kinks turn me the fuck off. This is my own podcast. I can say whatever I want, so yeah. Yeah, mommy kinks are not my thing. Because when I think of mommy kinks, that makes me think of them being a parent. And that makes me think of like an incestuous relationship. And I'm like, ew, no. Blech. This isn't Fire Emblem. I don't want any of that. Ugh. So yeah, mommy kinks turn me the frig off. One and big sister energy, however, well, that's a similar but very different story for me. Am I saying I have an Onesan kink? Shit, I think I just basically did. I have an Onesan and I guess I have a bit of an Onesan and an Emoto kink. Oh god, I can't believe I just said that. Okay. You know what? We're just going to say that I can tolerate that as opposed to a mommy kink. And leave it at that. And then we're going to go anywhere else but back there. God, believe me, I wish I could just talk about like all my messed up kinks and stuff, because believe me, I have a lot of messed up kinks. However, if I were to do that, then it would destroy my public image. Like, if I were to get out there, I don't think I'd ever be able to find a job ever again. Ugh. I mean, I suppose if people really, really want, I could be honest with that, but it'd take a lot of stuff for that to happen. Besides, I'm pretty sure people wouldn't even want to know, like, what I'm into and all that. Or would you? I mean, I don't friggin' know. Why would people care? Why? Because they feel like they could relate to me on some level, or they could. I don't know. Whatever. This is a stupid conversation. If they, I feel like I should have some sort of goal in my head. Like, if Chaos Command gets this big, then I will create a tier list for every single kink in relation to how it makes me feel. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and do that. Granted, no, that's probably never going to help with growth, because again, the only thing I really want for Chaos Command is growth, because then that just means I can reach more people. Excuse me, I'm thinking selfishly. We can reach more people. Yeah, but for how often I think of other people, I have to think of myself sometimes too, you know? I need to treat myself better. I really do. It's also hard to do that when you're also constantly beating yourself up and your own worst enemy. And that's why I want somebody out there who can pull that me off of me. by just through loving and comforting memes, loving and comforting memes. I'm pretty sure that there's a market for those. Heck, I'm pretty sure I'm the market for those loving and comforting memes. Just God. What does it take for me to be happy? I could go to McDonald's and purchase a Happy Meal, but I can guarantee you I'd still be sad. I just want I just want to be happy in life and know that I have a future. Is that too much to ask? Just a future of a profession where I can be a content creator and create content for people to enjoy, actually make money off of my content, and also somebody, a life partner to be with, a female life partner who just loves me for who I am and enjoys hanging out with me. That's all I really want in life. I don't care if I don't care if I have to be super rich. I don't care about being super rich or famous or anything. Just being able to make a living off of creating content and having a life partner who loves me alongside that. I think that's all I really want. That's all I can. Yeah. Is it too much for me to ask to have that? Anyway, moving on along. Nobody cares about that because nobody watches these anyway. But man, depression's a bitch. I mean, I have seen some of what some people have said to me in the past. I remember there was one person who commented on uh, episode 3, and I looked at that after I felt real bad, and that made me feel a lot better. Just, oh God, let me tell you. Stop the world. I want to get off. I feel like I don't know what it is that happened. I want to say everything started going south the moment we moved to the other side of the state when I was still at such a young age. It just had such an impact on my psyche being separated from, because even back when I was a toddler, like my mother said how she would notice how I often would only play by myself and not other people, not other kids. Even going that far back. And then when we moved and the friends I had actually managed to make at such a young age were then just torn away from me forever. I feel like that really messed me up inside. And then it only got worse from there on out because that's when I don't know what the frig happened, man. All right. Well, we're at about 54 minutes now. I say it's about time I start wrapping up. So, yeah, big thanks to everybody involved with producing this podcast, i.e., me. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for listening, I guess. But then again, if the only person listening is Future Sean, then why would it matter? Alright. Well, yeah. I mean, it'd be nice if my family supported my content creation and whatnot. But since it doesn't make me money or anything, they don't care about that. They're like, oh, you're a delivery driver. Good for you. Yeah, but I don't really like being a delivery driver. I want to make content. And I can't make money off of my content, so therefore I can't get you guys to be supportive of it. And, oh, it's the worst. I just, again, I already stated the only things I want from life earlier. Well, on a side note, I guess I could go ahead and say this now. But yeah, the Smash Room, that video will probably take a bit of time for me to edit. Well, I wouldn't say edit so much as just make, because, well, for starters, it's 3 hours long. But yeah, aside from that, I'd want to say that I'm going to start streaming soon, streaming things. Probably the Monday after I'm recording this, I'm going to set up my webcam and do a bit of a practice stream. Depending on when this goes up, that may have already happened or not. I don't see this going up on the day that this happened, so who knows? Maybe it's going to happen later today, or maybe it happened earlier today. Who knows? Depends on when I can get that energy forward. Which, again, depression is a good energy vampire, so that takes a lot for me to do. But yeah, as for what I plan to do with those streams, I'm thinking mainly Lego building, maybe streaming some other things. Drawing streams where I could just show off my drawing skills for when I draw something. Yeah. Drawing streams showing off my drawing skills for when I can draw something. Good on you, brain. That is a very good sentence right there. God. Okay. It also, I probably should have mentioned this a lot earlier, but it probably would have helped this situation a lot if I'd have eaten something today. Yeah, I just realized now that maybe some of this is all brought upon by the fact that I haven't eaten anything today. Well, I mean, I guess I'll get something to eat after this, if nothing else. But, oh, God, this episode is a train wreck. Then again, every episode is a train wreck with me. That's why my motif and stuff is chaos. Chaos is neither good nor evil. It is simply unpredictability. Just irrationality. Never knowing what is coming. That's kind of the person I am. I don't know much about myself. All I really know is that I tried to succeed in life, and you know, even my brain is being too chaotic to put a straight sentence forward. All right, we got 1 minute left. That is my stretching sound. I apologize. That's probably been the loudest I've been all this podcast, and I didn't mean to startle anyone, but damn. I had to get in a really good stretch there. All right, so 100 people on Chaos Command. We can do that. I'll give you a kink tier list of every kink I can imagine. Pray for me, guys. And there is no expiration on this. If we hit 100, I will do it. And on that note, I need to shut up. Good night, everybody.